Welcome back to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. My name's Connor Williams, and this is the end of the season player reviews. This time it is on Abdoualye Doucoure, his final season for Everton as well, which is sad to see. An important player in the last three seasons, some big goals to keep us up. Had a really good season last season, getting 7 goals in that position just behind the striker in that attacking midfield. This season, though, which is what we're on about, different story. He's played 36 games for Everton overall this season, 4 goals, 2 assists, 3 goals and 2 assists in the Premier League, 1 goal in the EFL Cup. So we'll go off his Premier League as always because that's the league with the most data in and the most evidence. 33 games, 31 of them he started, 3 goals, 2 assists, 2,577 minutes. He has 3 goals from an XG of 4.14, so you could argue he should have 4 goals. 31 shots, 10 of them on target, 2 assists from an expected assists of 1.4, 724 successful passes with a pass accuracy of 82.7, which is pretty decent, 23 accurate long balls. This one might surprise some of you, 24 successful dribbles, which averages out per 90 at about 0.84 successful dribbles a game, 53.3% dribble success rate, and 28 tackles, 58.3% of tackles won, 30 aerial duels won, committed 49 fouls, recoveries 150, possession won in the final third 27, was dribbled past 29 times. This is the interesting bit, obviously the dribbling, which is everyone sort of like will admit that that is his sort of weakness, is his dribbling. It's but they suggest it's not too bad. It's interesting that it mentions his possession won in the final third, 27. He's in the top percentiles of that, the top 95 percent. So he's in the top 5%, sorry. Um yeah, he's this is a strength of his that he's been known for is his pressing. Obviously playing him higher up in that attacking midfield with two centre mids behind him allows him to have that freedom more than if he was in a two-man midfield. Because obviously if he runs off, he's left a gaping hole there. When he played in the free at Watford and sort of what it was when he first came, again, fantastic for him. He can wander off and start pressing players. He's not leaving a gap because there's an extra man there. Same with this. In the attacking role, he can run off and try and press players and win the ball up higher up at the pitch, which is what he's doing. So for that, he's very, very good, and it's a strength of his, and we've seen it again this season. Obviously, in terms of weaknesses, um, his dribbling is quite poor. I think at times he did really well in this position last season, and a lot of that was almost poacher-esque goals he was scoring. I feel like the problem now is we'd win the ball, and our outlets on the counter attack were Dominic Calvert-Lewin when he was playing, when he plays, or our striker in general, which is like Beto, who is high up. If it's Beto, he's higher up. If it's Calvert-Lewin, he's a bit deeper. Jack Harrison, Abdoulaye Doucoure, and bar Beto, um, who I wouldn't say is rapid, but he's faster. You have Jack Harrison or Doucoure that it often went to, and they're just not quick enough to get away on the counter attack. And I think that at times they actually held up play. Doucoure would go off, in my opinion, to the sides a little bit, which again kills the game a bit, running to the sides because he can't take on his man. And they try, I think it's also so they can help, so they can hold the ball up for the rest of the team to get up there. But I just don't think his ability on dribbling helped us when he was driving up the field. So yeah, I think that's one of his bigger weaknesses I noticed this season is that there was more time for him to break. And I don't think he's the type of player that you want on the break. There were a couple of times this season where I was like, oh, we could break here, get at him or Harrison. And I'm like, or we could not break here because what would be the point? Um, in terms of highlight of the season, I mean, um, the Liverpool game was awful for him. He didn't have a good game. Being a wind-up merchant, no, just the bitterness in me, fantastic moment, being an absolute wind-up merchant in the derby, in the 2-2 draw. In terms of actual footballing ability, it would have to be the Manchester United game, the 2-2. He got a goal and an assist in that game, which was very, very good for him, especially. So it's nice to see that. Yeah, I just think, I mean, it is really hard not to pick the Derby one because what a, well, I don't know what you can and can't say on YouTube swearing wise, but what a blank house. Yeah, what an absolute wind-up merchant. But the United game, his XG was 0 0.9, so he performed slightly better than that. He got a goal and an assist. It was a solid game for him. His goal was obviously a header. He assisted the better as well, which was fantastic to see. It's a shame that we threw it away in the dying embers by two free kicks, which is why I'm on like, which is another reason I'm hesitant to give it. I am going to give him this game because he got a goal and assist, but we also threw it away, and we threw it away a little bit because of Doucoure, because I'm almost certain he gave away the free kicks, which really, really sucked, to be 2-0 up against Manchester United, who I know have had a poor season, but still it's United. There's that rivalry, isn't there? The Northwest rivalry remains. It was just so irritating that we threw it away. Um, but alas, it is what it is. Um, but yeah, I will give it to Doucouré for that game. Although, like I said, I'm racking my brain, but I'm almost certain he gave away the free kicks. He definitely gave away one of them, potentially two of them. Yeah, I mean there are other factors in that as well. You could argue maybe the wall could have been better organised. And Ugarte, I mean, somebody could have picked him up and closed him down a little bit further. But yeah, it is what it is. In terms of next season, obviously he's gone. He's leaving Everton Football Club. I hope all the best for him, slash wish him all the best is probably more appropriate. Like I said, he was really, really good for us last season. He was good for us the season before, but last season he really came into his own. We'll always have the goal against Bournemouth as well, which he scored to save the club on the last day. So for that, I think we've got to thank him. Fans can sort of, um, I think you've got to remember not to let recency bias cost us here. It'd be very easy for us all to now go, because he's not had a great season compared to the last two, be like, oh, rubbish, whatever. And that'd be recency bias because I think we owe him the respect of saying that as a whole for the club during his time, he's been a very good servant to the club. And he loves Everton as well, by the way. I watched the overlap with him, not the one with Gary Neville and that on, but the overlap 2 channel, whatever that's called, where it had the young lads that talked a bit more about tactics and all that. They had the core on, and he expressed how much he loved the club. He found it difficult under Lampard, wasn't playing, didn't want to be one of these players that just didn't get play, he didn't play but got paid, wanted to go. Then obviously when Lampard left, he felt like, but he said he didn't want to go. He specified it was a really tough decision for him, and he's been very vocal on the fact that he loves Everton. So yeah, fantastic player. Hope all the best for him in his future endeavours. It'll be interesting to see where he ends up. I think he had Premier League teams sniffing after him. He also has teams in the Saudi League sniffing after him. So it'll be very interesting to see where he goes. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm not rating him for his whole Everton career because that would be quite, that would probably be a bit more generous than what I'm actually giving him. I'm actually going to give Decore a, I'm going to give him I'm gonna give him a 5.5. I gave I think I gave um Patterson a 5.5 as well. And I don't think he's had a worse season than Patterson. I was tempted to give him a 6, but I can already see the comments now about giving him a 6. Now, you know what? Shove the comments. I'm gonna give him a 6. A 6 is locked in. It's not been a great season, but he's not had, it's not the levels of some of the players. I'm gonna give him a 6 as well, because I give Patterson 5.5. And I don't think I think he's between there, but I'm gonna give him a 6. I'm gonna give him a 6. He still provided us with some great times. This and still did his job professionally this season. He didn't score as many goals, but I think it's the stuff you don't notice as much that he did well, winning the ball high up the pitch, stuff like that. So I'm gonna give him a 6. But that is all we got time for. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and comment down below your thoughts. Like I said, I think this is one of the ones where you'll all say I'm being too generous, and you will all say your votes. I think you're going to go your score, sorry, and I think you're all going to score him slightly lower, which is fine, completely your prerogative. It's your opinion. But I do think he's one of the players that people are going to, vote a little bit lower. So yeah, let me know below. Let me know if anyone else has said a 6. Some of you might say higher. I doubt it, but some of you might have. You never know. Let me know. Look forward to reading them. See you soon.